Clear the way, baby. It's infamous Jay Moore, man, with Classic Chris, the Master of Ceremonies at Bordertown Pro Wrestling, baby. And we're talking TakeDown coming up August 31st at the Fort Erie Native Center, man. And hey, baby, it's the announcement. This is the Bordertown Pro Wrestling podcast presented by Hit the 12. Check us out on the face group pages. Classic Chris, man. What's going down?
Nothing much, man. It's been an awesome summer, you know.
Yes.
We're preparing for a big show here. We got Ethan Page versus Kong in the
yes.
main event.
Yes.
We got Tyler Turner versus the half-baked kid Chris Chambers. We've got Phil Atlas versus Joe Pimentel. It's going to be an awesome show. Like, I'm not going to lie.
Those are three heavy hitters right there. Let's break this down a bit. Main event match, Ethan Page, Congo Kong. This is it.
We had the mission right there.
We had the contract signing. Everybody's been waiting for this.
Yes.
And Congo Kong is making his return to Niagara, baby, because infamous Jay Moore will deliver. And Ethan Page coming in. Now, is he going to come in this time? This has been confirmed.
Well, Page is going to be there. And honestly, Jay, out of everybody that's faced Kong, Ethan Page stands the best chance of dethroning him as champion because he went through the lethal lottery. He's he's beat everybody in his past. In fact, he defeated Falaba at One Hell in the Show Volume 2.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that.
He pinned Falaba 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring.
Yo, I'm down with Ethan Page in the main event, but let me ask you this. You're the master here at Bordertown Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
Name me every single person. I'm going to put you on the spot. Every single person that Congo Kong has beat and Classic Chris. Before you give me that list, you have to admit it right here. I'm going to go on record as to say Congo Kong is not only the first champion here at Bordertown Wrestling, but the longest reigning heavyweight champion in Niagara. There has been not a champion that has held the title longer, not in the Neo Wrestling Federation, not in New Vision, not in Crossfire, not in any other Niagara promotion. Congo Kong has held the title the longest in any promotion here in Niagara.
Well,
how about that?
I'm not gonna lie. To me, those are all those companies have great lineage, but to me, that means nothing compared to the Bordertown Pro Wrestling Championship because Kong has been undefeated since winning that title. Every match that man has been in, no one has been able to defeat him. But like I said, Ethan Page is the one guy that stands in the way, and I think out of everybody, Page has the best chance of dethroning your man.
Congo Kong beat Ethan Page's tag team partner Josh Alexander.
Yeah, but that's not Ethan Page though.
No, I'll give you. I'm down with Ethan Page.
But like you saying that though, don't you think Alexander gave him some insight going in with Kong?
I think that Congo Kong has had, and I'm talking no joke, his best main event matches has been here at Bordertown Pro Wrestling. And I think the fans would love Ethan, because I would love that. As a fan, I would love to see Ethan Page versus Congo Kong. I'm all about
You're going to see it on August 31st. That's what you're going to see.
Let's talk about the not only Joe Pimentel. What was the other match that you mentioned?
Oh, there's Turva against Chris Chambers.
I love that, man.
It's going to be a great match. Like, Turva's been dealing with Kush all year, man.
I love that. I love the fact that you have Kush here at Bordertown Pro, and I also love the fact that, like, I grew up as a fan, like when I broke into indies as a fan, watching as a fan. Mm-hmm. I know that probably doesn't make sense, but whatever. That's
why we're in the business.
I'm just rapping.
Like we start off as fans that's how we just create the love for the business before we get into it. Right?
Neo was the first promotion that I saw as a wrestling fan at the Polish Hall, and Chris Chambers was like one of the performers at Neo, like not Neo Wrestling Federation, the old Neo Spirit, even the old Fighting Spirit back at the Polish Hall, and like. Jesse Scott, who ran those shows, will always put Chambers over and credit Chambers as, like, him and Ash were always the guys that came down from Toronto on a bus to learn to train, get whatever done. Like, those kids were on it, and I love that Chambers is back in Niagara, and I love that. I haven't seen Chambers here. There's been a few guys. I don't want to sidetrack, but there's like El Reverso, guys like that I haven't seen in this area in a decade, and you've been the one to bring him back, and that's what I love to see.
I'm not going to lie, like Chris Chambers is one of those guys. He's awesome. Like that match that he had with Falaba at
it's one of my favorites ever.
It was awesome. That's like honestly, that's a match of the year candidate. Those guys, Chris Chambers throws it. He leaves it all in the ring. He throws down, and that's what we do at Bordertown Wrestling. It's all about wrestling. It's not about talking. It's not about like, hey, this guy did this. No. If this guy did this, guess what? I'm gonna kick your ass in the ring because we could say ass. Like that's as risque as we'll get on this podcast. But honestly, if someone wrongs you, you're going to kick his butt.
You're going to be
a fighter.
Of course, you've kind of been like you kind of been a dude that like puts it out there where you roll out to the ring, you start the show, and you talk about you trademark yourself in this promotion as is no promos or anything like that. It's not a whole lot of nonsense. You just kind of try to deliver. Like there's been cards here that have been 11 matches of solid stuff. Like
with no promos.
No promos, but
I'm
like
sorry if you want to see talking, go watch The View. I'm sorry, I'm not about that. We're about pro wrestling, and that's what Bordertown Pro Wrestling is all about. Because honestly, that's what I grew up with. I didn't grow up with blah blah blah. I'm going to do this, blah blah. I'm going to do that. No, you know what the wrestlers do at Bordertown? They put up. And if guess what, someone gets in your way, they're going to take you down. And that's what's happening here. Like, it is a cutthroat industry, and that's what the guys are doing. They all want to be champion.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, everybody wants to be the first guy to throw Congo Kong. Like, honestly, if you're the first guy to beat Congo Kong, it's been over 16 months this guy's been champion. Every match he's been in, he's never been pinned. He's never been submitted. In fact, he's the one that gets the win in every match he's been in. Yeah. There's never been a disqualification finish for a guy to get out of the match. Kong has won every match he's been in.
You know, dude.
Like, it's ridiculous. Like the prestige this man has put on the title, like honestly, like whoever beats him for the title, that's gonna be something. Like, and like honestly, like who's gonna stop this guy?
I love it. Yes, you're saying the right things, man, and that's why. Hey, dude, I love managing and working with Congo Kong, but the roster. I want to get to this now because
best really roster in the area.
Yeah, when you look at the roster, honestly, like from top to bottom, you're bringing in the students, Tyson students.
Yes,
you're bringing
factory,
in Chambers and some of the Super Kick kids. Right?
Yes.
You know, and I'm not meaning any disrespect to call them kids.
Like the guys from Super Kick are awesome.
Yeah.
Like honestly, Super Kick Wrestling puts on some of the best matches in Toronto. Like if you're in that area on a Friday night, check out Super Kick. I'm not gonna lie.
And this is the month for not to get off topic, but wrestling in Toronto. Obviously, this is the hottest thing right now.
SummerSlam weekend, man.
And all the top indies are running.
Yeah.
You're talking about
Smash,
Super Kick.
Yeah. Progress is coming down. Like there's a lot of companies.
Demand Lucha's running on my birthday, and I'm not there.
Oh, Demand Lucha. Yeah.
Oh,
they got a good card there. They got Ethan Page there. Like he's been on a tear.
I've never been at a Super Kick show, but that's the party show. That's the show that.
Oh, I need to go to one of them.
Yeah, I know.
Like Chambers keeps saying it's like classic. You got to come out to one of these shows.
Scared.
And I know I have to.
I'm scared.
What, scared that you go to Super Kick and never want to come back?
How would I drive out of the venue? I would be getting high. It would be a party town, man. And shout outs to Pee Wee Castles. Like I don't care, man. Like I'm not gonna swear on the podcast, but I don't care. He's the Super Kick vet referee and just lives downtown. And yeah, those guys would get me screwed up if I went to Super Kick. Plus, it's on a Friday night and I gotta work, but it doesn't matter. He fills the place every single show, man, and all his shows.
Well, look at the talent on that roster. Like honestly. Past Hamilton, like once you get past Hamilton and towards Buffalo, Bordertown Pro Wrestling has the best roster.
I'm liking Greektown.
Like Alpha One's got an awesome roster. Greektown's got an awesome roster. Once you get past that and you get in Niagara, Bordertown Pro Wrestling, you can't beat that roster.
Well,
there's nothing you can beat.
No, I don't blame you for putting that out there, man. It takes a ballsy man to put that out there, but I'm saying you're backing it up, and that's why I don't really mind to do a podcast with you because. You're just a straight up dude, and you're just calling it right.
Well, speaking about the roster, like I'm not gonna lie, like our guys come in high demand. Like right now on the show, I'm gonna drop a bomb on everybody.
Beautiful. Yes.
Here's the scoop for the podcast.
Bomb.
Do it. First episode. Here's the scoop. Unfortunately, with our roster, they come in high demand. So Aiden Prince, he's been making his name with Impact Wrestling. He's been kicking ass everywhere. Leader of the factory.
Yeah, no, I heard Tommy Dreamer put him over.
Yes,
saying
yes,
he's great.
He's awesome. Like Aiden Prince is awesome. That's why
he came from the Border City Training School, right? And he's on Impact. Yeah, he's making a hell of a name.
He stole Tyson's students away from Tyson.
What?
But
on the show, you mean?
Well, on the show. But, but right now, Aiden Prince comes in high demand, and he'll be on tour out east.
Okay.
So he'll not be at TakeDown August 31st, which is it's a big blow. It's a big blow to the show not having him on because he had a big match set up with El Reverso.
Oh shit!
Like El Reverso.
Sorry, I don't want to swear. I don't want to swear.
No, it's okay. That's what people do. It's not a swear word. That's what people do.
No, that's a hell of a match. Is what I'm trying to say. I would love to see that.
No. Yes, you would. Like, because you saw the last match, and these guys put on a heck of a match, and these guys threw it all in the ring, and they did not settle anything, and they still want to fight each other, but I think Prince just trying to get out of the match. He doesn't want to deal with El Reverso, but right now, with El Reverso, he's undefeated in Bordertown Pro Wrestling.
No way.
He's undefeated.
That's amazing.
Tyson Dukes went through the gauntlet. This guy has been on a mission in Bordertown Pro Wrestling.
Tyson Dukes.
Yes, Tyson Dukes, he's been on a mission.
Yeah.
Scotty O'Shea.
Looking good.
Scotty O'Shea defeated Ethan Page. The only guy to hand Ethan Page a loss on his run to trying to become champion. He's defeated Jesse V. Scotty O'Shea's been on a tear. And so you know what? These 3 guys have stood out to me. These 3 guys have really shown themselves and proved themselves to Bordertown Pro Wrestling. And you know what? I'm thinking, Aiden Prince can't be there. Let's put the 3 of them together.
No, wait,
and the winner out of this match is #1 contender for the Niagara Regional Championship. I say we do that. Reverso, Tyson Dukes, Scotty O'Shea, winner, #1 contender, Niagara Regional Championship.
I
say we do that.
How much are these tickets, honestly?
Starting $10 in advance.
$10 to see that match?
$15 day of the show. But don't forget the VIP package, though. The VIP package is gold. I'm not going to lie. Not only do you get bonus matches, we got 2 bonus matches. Like, I'm going to drop a bombshell. Here's another bombshell.
One. No. All right.
Here's another
It's the first podcast,
I know. I gotta leave something, but
all right.
Here we go. The son of Tyson Dukes is making his Bordertown Pro Wrestling debut.
No, I want to see this.
At the VIP show.
You're kidding me, Ethan?
Yes. Ethan Dukes will be in the Bordertown Pro Wrestling VIP show, and he'll be taking on, from the factory, Kyle Boone.
Kyle Boone.
Yes, he's making his return to Bordertown. He's been out with an injury, and he's looking to make an impact, so that's what he's doing. He's going after Tyson's kid, and, there's a lot of history between those guys.
No, I love this. Okay, I want to go back to Reverso. He had an injury last show as well.
He did,
right?
he did.
He's going to be ready to go?
Oh, Reverso.
Yeah.
That guy's awesome. He's always ready to fight. He's always ready to throw down, and I talked to him, and he's ready to go. He wanted Aiden Prince more than anything. But,
I'm liking this, man. So,
since Aiden Prince cannot be there, I think that's the only thing that we can do for the fans is these guys have stood out so much that they deserve a crack at the Niagara Regional Championship.
Okay, no, I'm sold, dude. I'm sold. And speaking on Ethan Dukes, too, this would actually be his Niagara debut as well.
Yes, it is.
Right?
Yes, it is.
And what do you think he's up to in matches? He's had a couple matches.
Well, he's been fighting in Smash. He's been all...
Smash!
Yeah,
that's amazing.
No, exactly.
Yes.
You expect a lot from Tyson's son, and I'm going.
Bro,
I'm sold.
I'm
It's
sold.
going to be a good match.
I'm totally sold.
Ethan Dukes. I know if he's anything like his father, that kid's going to be able to throw down.
I think.
And so Kyle Boone's better look out.
No, he grew up in the wrestling business,
exactly.
Hardcore, baby. You know what I mean. I seen that kid in locker rooms as a kid,
yes.
and now he's in the ring,
yes.
doing something that I couldn't do.
Oh, exactly.
So I gotta pay respect. That's Tyson Dukes' kid. I love it.
I'm kind of afraid for Kyle Boone and what he's going to do to him.
Honestly,
think about it. Boone and the factory turned their back on his dad. So what's this kid going to do to Kyle Boone?
I would love to see him beat Kyle Boone. Is that his name, Kyle Boone?
It better be, because that's what we've been saying.
All right.
No, that's his name. Yeah, he's from the factory. And honestly, during the VIP show, that's a match you're going to want to see. Then also during the VIP show, we got Corey Stone taking on the Pharaoh Cyrus Bowman. Okay. And if Corey Stone defeats Cyrus Bowman, he finally gets a chance to take on Jim Strider. Remember, back last year, Strider with his lariat, he fractured Corey Stone's face and he missed a lot of ring time.
Now Strider's won the title.
Oh yes, Niagara Regional Champion. Yes, defeated Tarek. And it was a shocker that he defeated Tarek.
I'm shocked. You know what I mean?
Tarek's a beast. The fact that he defeated Tarek, that says something.
And this Strider's been making a name for himself real quick.
Of course he has.
And
he's
he's
undefeated.
He's gone through the factory, right?
I think Jim Strider has never submitted. He's never been pinned.
What?
I think he's been disqualified. That's about it.
Okay.
But this guy's never been pinned. He's been on a tear. He defeated Tyson Dukes. That's what got him in the Niagara Regional title picture.
And that's his trainer, correct?
Trainer. That's he turned his back on him. Prince turned his it seemed like he brainwashed Tyson's students and turned them against their teacher.
Unbelievable.
There's a war going into this. That's why it's TakeDown. It's an appropriate name for that night because don't forget, if we're talking about battle history between guys, we still got Atlas and Joe Pimentel. That's gonna be awesome. Those two guys hate each other. Remember the other time when Atlas was taking on Turva, he's trying to get over there because Turva was getting one up on him. Who cut him off? It was Joe. Joe cut him off at the exit and forced him back in that ring.
Yo, unbelievable, yeah. Yeah, no, I followed the whole thing. I followed the mental thing, Atlas thing. So that's gonna be a match too. That they're gonna.
The hatred between those two guys, it's gonna be a fight, man. And Joe, that guy's a fighter. He's not a wrestler. This guy is trained to fight.
Right. Yeah,
that's what he does.
I'm honestly speechless because I know that you're leaving a lot out, and I know you're doing that for business purposes, but already what you named off...
I can't give them everything all at once.
Already what you named off is the debut, the Niagara debut of Ethan Dukes, which I honestly think he's a draw right there.
Oh, that's
You know what I mean? Because if you follow him online like what I do and the progression coming up, if you're a Niagara fan, of course you want to see this. And that's going to be in the VIP match. And I'm throwing you one better for the VIP match. My co-host Little K is now hosting the VIP party. So we're upping up the VIP. You got 2 VIP matches.
Jay Moore, the bombshell here.
Little K, yes, man. Yes, we're going, no pun intended, but we're going all in, hitting the 12. Bordertown Pro Wrestling, we're putting it all on the line because you're a sponsor and I'm a sponsor of you, man, and we're going to back each other.
It's all about pro wrestling and entertainment. That's what we do. Like, we provide pro wrestling, we provide a kick-ass show, and hitting the 12, like, honestly, you guys know what's happening in the area. If anybody knows what's going on and where to be, where the party's at, it's hitting the 12.
Yo, I'm putting my name on Bordertown Pro Wrestling. I've gone
official
on.
home of Vince J. Moore.
Yes, I've gone on to where I want to, you know what I mean? Maybe I can't go out on the road anymore. Maybe I'm old and kind of passe, but I'm going to make...
Old and passe,
no,
come on.
I want to clean up business in my own hometown and put Bordertown on the map, and I'm going to stand behind the company and make this place the home of pro wrestling, and it's you and your cards is what's making me do it. I'm inspired to be here. I love being in that locker room, and these cards have been balls to the wall 100% for a cheap ticket price, let's face it. I mean...
you know what? I'm not going to lie. You have to keep it affordable because, honestly, if a family of 5 comes to my show, I want them to be able to entertain themselves, be able to buy some merch, be able to get some buy some food, you know, enjoy themselves, not be hindered by, like, oh my God, ticket prices are so expensive.
Yeah.
Because I'm here to entertain the fans. I grew up loving pro wrestling, so why not share that love with people in this town? Because this roster, when you look through it, like I keep putting over how great this roster is, and these are people that grew up loving pro wrestling. That's why they hone the craft that they do. And that's why they kick ass, and that's why they are who they are.
Fort Erie is going to become a wrestling town. It's going to be hot in Fort Erie.
It already is.
Bordertown Pro Wrestling. Now, I know you're leaving some out, but I want to go over that. Ethan Dukes in the VIP. 2 VIP matches.
Yes.
Little K. El Reverso's coming back. Go over that match one more time.
That's a number 1 contender triple threat match. Tyson Dukes, El Reverso, Scotty O'Shea, number 1 contender. Whoever wins that match takes on the Niagara Regional Champion in September at Brawl in the Fall.
Now, Ethan Page, Congo Kong, main event for the Bordertown Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. The only champion at Bordertown Pro Wrestling has been Congo Kong, so if Page wins, he officially takes the...
He'd be the 2nd champion, and honestly, that's a huge feat. And out of everyone,
I'll give you that.
And out of everyone that's faced Congo Kong, I think Ethan Page stands the best chance of defeating him. Like, I know I'm a big Congo Kong fan, but Ethan Page has been on a mission. He came in that lethal logger and he went through everybody to become number 1 contender.
Yo, I'll go in Mark mode, man. I'm a big fan of the North at Impact Wrestling, and I'm all about this. I love it. You know what I mean? This is gonna be Kong versus Ethan Page, Pimentel Atlas. I got a big surprise for you, but before we get to that, do you want to drop the other bombshell? You got 3 bombshells. You're gonna go for the hat trick here on the first podcast.
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of put on the spot, but should I?
Do it. I know you got more surprises.
Should I mention about the vault? All right.
The floor is yours, Classic Chris.
All right. I'm not going to lie.
Classic Chris with a very special announcement. Sorry to cut you off.
No, it's okay.
On the first ever Bordertown Pro Wrestling podcast, BordertownProWrestling.com, presented by Hitting the 12, baby. Classic Chris with bombshell number 3 on the show.
All right. So, people have noticed that we've had our main man Jeremy around filming these shows.
Yeah.
He's been editing everything, and in the weeks to come, you're going to be treated to start seeing some of that footage. We're going to start off with our first show, Uprising, and we're going to go all the way up until today. Weekly episodes, airing Thursday nights. That's what we're going to do. Thursday nights, we're going to be shooting for 8 p.m. You're going to be seeing Bordertown TV episodes. In the weeks to come, be on the lookout. Check out our Facebook page. Follow us on Instagram. Like us on Twitter. Whatever the heck you got to do on all those social media accounts. Keep in the loop about Bordertown Television because, honestly, you're not going to see a better product out there in Niagara. We have the best commentary team between Jay Moore and myself.
Beautiful, yes!
You also have me and Alan Christopher representing. We're going to be like we got a great crew going on.
AC, special delivery AC.
Oh, AC, he's
Beautiful.
awesome. Like we got a damn good crew going on. and Boardtown Television is going to deliver. We have a year's worth of footage, and you guys deserve to see it because I'm not going to lie. Boardtown Pro Wrestling has been the best kept secret in Niagara. It's time to let you guys in on that.
I love it, man. And we're going to have more podcasts, and we're going to have another podcast before the big show, August 31st. I want you to do the big sell on that.
About 6 p.m., man.
I want to give you the big sell on that right now before I give you my big special surprise here on the show.
Tickets available at BordertownWrestling.com, or you can call the hotline at 289-687-6048. You know what? Honestly, at Boardtown Pro Wrestling, see why we are Niagara's must-see pro wrestling show.
And, dude, you timed it out perfectly because after you get through the big wrestling in Toronto this weekend, after you... Well, I don't know when this drops. I don't want to... You know what I mean? But... This is after all the Toronto hotbed with the big shows. Raw,
big show this week. Big shows coming up.
Yeah, Raw,
man.
SmackDown, the pay-per-view.
Smash Wrestling, Super Kick.
Yeah.
All the big promotions coming out of Toronto.
Yeah, NXT, baby.
Yeah, Lucha on Demand. They're all going to be taking over Toronto.
They're all going to be, and you're coming in
August
on the
31st. We're going to close out the month. We're going to take everything down.
I love it.
It's a takedown because Alice Pimentel, they want to fight each other. Kong versus Paige. If that's not a fight, I'm going to be shocked because, these two guys hate each other. And Kong will do anything to keep that title. And Paige will do anything to get that title.
I'm sold, baby. That's August 31st, Fort Erie Native Center. We're going to take a break and come back with my bombshell, Phil Atlas, right here on the very first podcast, Bordertown Pro Wrestling.
Saturday, August 31st, Hit the 12 presents the hottest event of the summer, Bordertown Pro Wrestling Takedown, live from the Fort Erie Native Friendship Center. See the biggest main event in Bordertown Pro Wrestling history as the undefeated monster Congo Kong with the infamous Jay Moore defends the Bordertown Pro Wrestling Championship against the lethal lottery winner, All Ego Ethan Page. Phil Atlas takes on Mental Joe Pimentel. The half-baked kid Chris Chambers faces off with the Saturday Night Power Tournament. Tyson Dukes, Scotty O'Shea, and El Reversal lock up in a number one contenders match for the Niagara Regional Championship. The Golden Gun Mark Wheeler defends his Australian Division Championship against former champion Gabriel Flores in a highly anticipated rematch. Bell 6 p.m. Tickets available at BordertownWrestling.com or call the hotline at 289-687-6048. Saturday, August 31st, Takedown, Kong versus Page. See why Bordertown Pro Wrestling is Niagara's must-see pro wrestling show.
And we're back. Infamous Jay Moore and Classic Chris, Bordertown Pro Wrestling Podcast, and Classic Chris. I actually deliver Phil Atlas on the line, baby. What's going down?
What's up, Jay?
It's
talking to you.
So good to talk to you, man. This is like I think the people in Niagara want this.
I would think so. I don't know why they wouldn't. I mean, I try to give entertainment everywhere I go.
You're absolute entertainment, man. Like
pure entertainment.
From probably when I started as a promoter 15 years ago in Welland, and back in the day you were breaking into the business, and Danger Boy Derek Wild said, you got to book Phil Atlas in Welland. And since then I've known you. You've always been money for me. You've always been putting on the best performances in Niagara. And I love you, Phil Atlas.
I love you too, Jay. It's crazy how much Danger Boy Derek Wild supported me early on in my career. You just reminded me that I should give him a call and thank him again.
You should. You guys put on killer matches. I remember even like UWA Mississauga. That was killer stuff. The Jem Blake era over at UWA.
Yeah, UWA Hardcore, yeah.
You were the man. Hey, I got actually questions for you, actually, because as long as I've known you, I've never really known how you were influenced in the wrestling business, really. Like, was it Detroit wrestling or something?
No, I was basically watching WWF, man, Saturday mornings. That's when I started watching it, but I never really thought about doing it until the Attitude Era came along, and just it was so cool back then. And I was at an age where I was just super influenced by media and stuff like that. So I just got really into it, and guys I used to watch. I don't know. I didn't really have a favorite. I just liked wrestling. But the guy that made me really just bring it to another level and just start saying, like, yeah, I'm going to be a pro wrestler was Stone Cold Steve Austin. I mean, he was just so cool. And but if you watch me and Austin, our styles are nothing alike, as opposed to maybe the intensity and the brawling type deal, like just always being intense. That's basically it. But other than that, we're nothing alike. I always rooted for the underdogs too. I love the high flyers like Eddie Guerrero, Mysterio, big Bret Hart fan, obviously, Canada. Yeah, man, I started doing, like 12, me and my friends started screwing around, wrestling in our basement. Then that led to backyard, and then that led to training, and then professional wrestling.
Bro, and you grow up, in a hot era, because you're Windsor boy, but you seen, you went to, Joe Louis Arena and some of that cool, Detroit stuff is, it reminds me of when I think of, Detroit wrestling or something like that, I think Phil Atlas because it's just dirty, throw it down wrestling, man.
Yeah, you talking about the indies or, Joe
Anything,
Louis Arena?
anything. I love, you go to Windsor, you start there, but, the Michigan indies, I'm a big fan of, even on the indies, the guys that came from the Windsor, Detroit area, even Shelly Sabin, all the guys that have been good and made it somewhere, went through Windsor or Detroit, and you being from there and you being there 15 years and you making a hell of a name for yourself, been to Japan when you were very young, I don't know how many matches you've had, and put on killer main events made me a fan of you as well.
Yeah, you're a big supporter, man. I remember you always calling me and booking me for stuff or pointing me in the right direction on who to hit up,
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to go to the WWF shows. I was at the Joe Louis Arena show when Austin drove the Zamboni into the ring. Remember that?
You were there?
I was there, buddy.
Oh my God, that's
No,
amazing.
I remember that Raw.
Dude, you also, tell me real quick, because you've been on the shows, you've done WWE TV.
Yeah.
Tell me some of those experiences.
When I was getting a lot of those opportunities, I felt like at the time I probably felt good to go, but now I look back, I wasn't ready. I was still pretty intimidated by some of these guys. I was literally watching these guys on TV, and then you fast forward a year and a half later, I'm in a locker room with them.
Yeah.
I was still pretty young. I was 20 years old, so.
That's young.
I know, and I was, I wasn't seasoned yet. I didn't have the right mind frame.
How long were you in the business at that time?
What's that?
How long were you in the business at that time?
Oh, probably 2 years, man.
Oh, really? And you're already on WWE TV. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was a great experience, but again, I wish I knew a little better, and I was an adult, let's say, and I just had a better attitude towards it. Not that I went there and shit the bed or nothing, but just personally, I feel like I wasn't ready.
Well, you're grown, right? I think that's you're not the only person that does that stuff in this business. You know what I mean? At 20 years old, hey, I get it. You're intimidated or whatever. At least I would be. I'm not saying you would be, but I'd probably be shitting my pants doing this.
Oh, yeah. You're wrestling in front of a bigger crowd than you've ever been. You got guys like Shawn Michaels right there watching you. You know what I mean? All those important guys right there. It's pretty surreal experience,
Yeah. Joe Pimentel, man. This is what I want to get into. We're talking about the August 31st show. Takedown right here in Fort Erie. You become a big deal here in Fort Erie. It's like a border-to-border thing. You went from Windsor border to the Fort Erie border and stealing territory down here with some matches with Tyler Turba. And now Pimentel and the Phil Atlas War has crossed over here into Fort Erie into Border Town Pro Wrestling. And I want to get your thoughts on that and do some business that way.
My thoughts. Can we move the show to tomorrow so I can fight him sooner?
That's how eager you are to fight him?
I don't know why we're doing this again. I've already beaten him in the past. He's definitely one hell of a competitor. I mean, he's a professional fighter. He's done a lot, but this is pro wrestling, man. And once you step through those ropes, and you're in my road, so I mean, he's always going to be at a disadvantage when it comes to him stepping in a wrestling ring.
Now, I have a question about that. With his MMA background, have you done anything to prepare for that? With him stepping into your pro wrestling ring?
Yes, I have. I've actually trained with a buddy of mine. Not really much training differently, and when it comes to the gym and cardio-wise, but yeah, I've been taking a little sparring and whatnot, learning techniques and brushing up on my wrestling skills. The mat game. So, I mean, I'm ready to go, man.
Yeah, well, dude, you're also bigger. You're also Pimentel's not even a wrestler, so yeah, you're in a fight, but
I got at least 50 pounds on him. I don't know what he's thinking, man.
And I'm going to ask you a shoot question right here on the podcast. Like, how many real fights, real Detroit Windsor fights have you been in, real ones?
Oh, God, man. Right.
All right, we don't have to go there if it's like going to cause a problem.
Enough. I've also, I've whooped some ass in my day, but I've also gotten my ass kicked. I mean, I'm not too proud to admit that, I've got my ass kicked so bad that I pooped my pants, dude.
Really?
Not a lot of people would admit that.
No.
But fuck it. That's the truth.
Yes.
Maybe tougher, and I'm afraid of the damn thing.
Yeah, man. Well, you're even admitting it here on the air. Like, you don't give a damn.
Yeah, you don't care.
No. If it's the truth, I'll speak it.
So, like, basically, you yourself. This is going to be the throwdown match. Like, this is you've already fought him. This is a fight. Let's face it.
Yeah, it's going to be a fight. It's not going to be a collar elbow tie-up type match, you know?
No.
Not much of jockeying for position.
No.
It's going to be I'm going for the jugular when I get in the ring with him, and I hope he knows that.
Yeah, you're slicing his throat from the front. Like, you're going to get dirty Phil Atlas.
Well,
that's
you
not
never
gonna...
liked each other from the beginning. Like, that's a given.
I didn't mind him. He's the one who took offense to something I said on the mic one time at one of the shows, and he started running his mouth and saying things he shouldn't have said. So, I mean, I can't just let that happen, right? You can't bitch me out. I can't be the bitch in the situation. So I stood up, and I don't know if anyone who's been paying attention to that little issue between me and him. I mean, it's been a solid year and a half, maybe, of bickering back and forth, matches here and there, and yeah, man, just the plot gets thicker.
The plot gets thicker. And, dude, I'm going to go off topic a little bit, but I enjoy having Kush here in Niagara, too. Like how many promotions did Kush get out to? Like, having Kush here in Niagara, I think, here at Bordertown is special.
I think we've only been to Chicago.
Chicago only?
That's awesome.
I think so. Other than Toronto, I think it was Chicago. But,
I love it.
I mean, it's not the full group of Kush, actually. It's just me and Chambers right now.
Yeah.
I actually broke away from Kush at Super Kicks for a while. I'm still not part of the group in Toronto and the Super Kick, but we were facing a little ordeal here for Bordertown, and me and him were both getting involved in a situation that we didn't want to be involved in, so we thought, the hell with it, let's bring it over here, let's team up and get the job done.
Yeah, I love having that tag team here at Bordertown Pro, man. Like, I love seeing Atlas Chambers as a tag team is, to me, one of the best tag teams going.
Well, that's what you have to do. Like, when like guys like Turva and Pimentel team up, you gotta team up with your buddies, right? You gotta get someone to watch your back like Chambers.
Of course. I can trust Chambers for the most part. Me and him know each other. Like, we know everything about each other. We know each other, what we do in the ring. We know our mannerisms. I mean, we work as a cohesive unit, if you will.
Well, we saw you last at One Hell of a Show Volume 2. Like, you guys put on one hell of a show there.
He got knocked out at one point.
What was that? Sorry?
He's knocked out.
He got knocked out at one point, yeah. He ran on the back of his head and was out of it for a solid few minutes.
Damn.
Phil Atlas, I love you, man. Do you have any more questions about the match? You? Classic Chris? Yes.
Actually, no, not really. Like, I already wondered if Phil had any training involved. You already answered that question that he has been preparing. Like, I know it's going to be a fight, and I'm looking forward to it August 31st at TakeDown. Yeah,
and you know what, Phil Atlas? Before I drop that, I'm going to actually have Joe Pimentel on the next show to rebut any words that you got for him, just to get a good podcast going. But before you make your last statement on Joe Pimentel, I'm kind of curious as to how many ICP concerts you've been to.
ICP concert?
Yeah.
Hell, man. My first one was like Hall of Wicked.
Hall of Wicked is like a big deal.
Hall of Wicked 97.
Nice.
And you work the gathering shows. Like, tell us about that.
Like Bloody Mania.
Yeah, it was, I think 2 or 3 years ago. It was at the 17th annual. It was me, Jake something, and the genetic jackpot, Joe Coleman. And they dressed us up as rednecks, and we wrestled Byron J, Too Tough Tony, and the Rude Boy.
Beautiful. I love that.
That was one hell of an experience, man. I was pissed I didn't get to go this year. I mean, it's such a great experience, whether you're part of the show or not, man. It's just, It's awesome, dude.
Yes,
there's nothing else like it.
No, we watch it here, man, because I love it.
damn right.
I'm an ICP mark, you know that. Phil Atlas, I love you, man. Give me the whoop whoop last words on Joe Pimentel, because he's gonna hear the podcast and respond next week. I'm gonna make a personal guarantee that I'm gonna get him on his show.
Last words here. Let me think here. I'm going to ask you a question first. Do you know if Joe has actually been in any sanctioned fights in the last little bit?
No, I don't know anything about Pimentel. I know that he's a fighter, and I'm gonna get him on the show next week to answer these charges.
Anyone can say they're a fighter. How often? When's the last time he fought?
Hey, man. I think that, he missed his last show. He was sick. I got to put that on record. He dropped out. And that was a year ago, I think.
Do you know how many shows I've gone to sicker than a dog?
No, his actual fight.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Phil Atlas, you would scare the living S out of me. Like, I wouldn't want to fight you.
Well, yeah, I would never fight you either, Jay. Me and you were like, we're telepathically linked, like E.T. and Elliot. I mean, we're boys, man.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
I love it.
Back on the Joe Pimentel deal. Regardless if he's fought in a little bit, he's definitely, if he hasn't fought in a little while, that's here nor there, because he's going to fight August 31st at the Friendship Center in Fort Erie for Bordertown Pro Wrestling. And, the fans have been up and down on me lately at Bordertown. Sometimes they cheer, they're just riding the tip of my, tip, or they're just completely just shitting on me completely. So, but that's, again, like, I take pride in that. I don't care whether they're cheering me or booing me or not, as long as they're making noise and they're getting some kind of reaction. You know what I mean? So as long as I'm out there getting a reaction, whether it's hate or love, I will accept all of it. All of it. Just give it to me.
Yeah, man, you're super pro, and I think we established tonight that the crowd just wants to see good wrestling, and no one gets any better than Phil Atlas, and the fact that
it's all about. Like, you want to win every fight that you're in so you can move up the rankings and become champion. That's what it's all about.
True. This is more personal, though. Like, I just want to win because, I just want to throw it in his face. Professional fighter, my ass.
Beautiful.
Nice. The fighter versus the wrestler.
Phil Atlas, I love you, baby. We will see you here in Fort Erie on the 31st. TakeDown.
Hold on. 1 second. Chris.
Yes.
Mr. Promoter, is this going to be a professional wrestling match, rules-wise, or is this going to be like an MMA match?
He's putting you on the spot.
Fight?
Well, as of right now, nothing's been, brought to me otherwise. I thought it was just going to be a straight-up wrestling match, but we can turn to either pinfall or submission only, if that helps.
I think Atlas is saying he's going to kick the hell out of...
so that means, no count-out.
You might as well throw out the rules because Atlas is coming to
Just pinfall or submission in the ring. I think that's how we settle this, right?
Straight professional wrestling match? That's fine with me, man.
That's fine with Phil Atlas.
That works to my advantage, actually.
Yeah. There you go. Pimentel's in trouble.
Well, he's in the wrestling world, and let's see how he can handle himself. This guy says he's a fighter. Let's see how he handles himself against a prize wrestler.
That's true.
This will be in the ring, right? Not in some kind of octagon type deal?
Pardon?
This will be in the ring, not an octagon.
No, it's going to be in the ring, right in the Bordertown. It's going to be right in the squared circle.
Hell yeah. Perfect.
It's amazing, bro. It's amazing. Hey, man, I'm wrapping it up, but thank you, Phil Atlas. God bless you.
You should always wrap it up, dude.
Yes, they say that.
I say that as well.
Thank you, because that's a public service announcement from Phil Atlas right here on the Bordertown Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Wrap it up.
Infamous Jay Moore, Classic Chris, man. This is the Bordertown Pro Wrestling Podcast presented by Hitting the 12. Come see us August 31st at the Fort Erie Native Center. Bordertown Pro Wrestling, TakeDown, Classic Chris, take it home.
Oh, tickets available at BordertownWrestling.com. See Phil Atlas versus Mental Joe Pimentel.
Yeah, man, I'm Infamous Jay Moore. You can hear me weekends before noon on the Pat Porter Show, 91.7 Giant FM.
Saturday, August 31st, Hitting the 12 presents the hottest event of the summer, Bordertown Pro Wrestling TakeDown, live from the Fort Erie Native Friendship Center. See the biggest main event in Bordertown Pro Wrestling history as the undefeated monster Congo Kong with the infamous Jay Moore defends the Bordertown Pro Wrestling Championship against the Lethal Lottery winner All Ego Ethan Page. Phil Atlas takes on Mental Joe Pimentel. The half-baked kid Chris Chambers faces off with the Saturday Night Tyler Turban. Tyson Dukes, Scotty O'Shea, and El Reversal lock up in a #1 contenders match for the Niagara Regional Championship. The Golden Gun Mark Wheeler defends his Adrenaline Division Championship against former champion Gabriel Flores in a highly anticipated rematch. Bell 6 p.m. Tickets available at BordertownWrestling.com or call the hotline at 289-687-6048. Saturday, August 31st, Takedown, Kong versus Page. See why Bordertown Pro Wrestling is Niagara's must-see pro wrestling.